Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb and Friends here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, joined by my co-hosts, Kate Thurman, Chanelle Coleman, Wesley, as well as Stacey Thomas. Have a great show coming up for you guys. So welcome you all tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, on LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. We're now going to bring in our friends over on Amazon so we can introduce you guys to today's guest. And it is a great one. I was just saying to him, it was 5 years ago the last time we had a chance to talk, but I'm excited about all the great things he's doing that now we get to share with you guys on our Amazon platform, but also online as well. We're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb and Friends. So glad you all could join us on Amazon.com. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. Sean Ringgold is a name a lot of you know. I know for myself, I first got to know him from playing Suge Knight in Notorious, but more recently, you guys have gotten to know him as Junior Duncan on the hit show The Family Business. I'm excited to be able to talk with Sean as well as with my co-host about his amazing career, what it's been like for him to do work that he loves, but also the things he's been able to lend his name to as well. Sean, thank you so much again for the time and really appreciate it.
Hey, great to be here. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad you could be here with our co-host as well. So, Sean, I'm going to kick things off. I should have mentioned, I said it was 5 years ago when we last chatted. You also were featured in our issue of the magazine that year as well in 2020 in our Acting on Faith issue along with Lunell and others. And one of the things that we talked about is the importance of timing. And Sean, I want to read something you said to me from that interview and kind of talk to you about where you are today. This is what you said. Everything that is happening in its divine order. The
Ooh,
people that you see in the beginning of your career, you'll see through the middle and toward the end of your career. I've learned it's very important to nurture relationships and be respectful and never have ego. Do the best you can on your job, no matter how small your character is, how medium, how big it starts to get. Have that certain level of humility. If you do, the door is opening will keep going on and on. That was 5 years ago, Sean. You said that to
wow.
me in our interview.
Wow.
What has that been like for you to see the greater fulfillment of those words today?
Wow. That was me that you were quoting? You sure that was me? Wow. Um, I have to say that I'm living proof and a testament of those words. I believe life and death is at the power of the tongue. Speaketh, he becometh. You manifest the life that you want by speaking it into fruition, associating yourself with people that are for you, that are pushing you and motivating you to be the best version of yourself. There are certain foundations and principles that I never detour from, and that's one of them. I'm very much an energy god, meaning that like when I get on this interview with you, I just feel positivity. Your co-host, I feel the positive energy. Um, it's like this in life you're either adding or subtracting. If you're subtracting from me, I simply delete you. Life is too short. We have to value our time, value the time that God has given us here on this earth, and we don't need to spend it with people who don't appreciate who and what we are and what God has created in us. Everything isn't for everybody. This journey has been phenomenal. I live by what I'm about to tell you. You fail your way to success. You lose more jobs than you get, but the key is just keep failing forward. Keep failing forward. Keep hitting it. Keep auditioning. Keep smiling. Keep opening up doors. Stay giving. Be selfless. Be empathetic. These things, these principles, or these are things that I just do my best to live by all the time. Even when I'm being challenged, I do my best to take a moment to say "woosah" and not to
Mm,
snap back at people because stress can kill you. It's important. Life has
right,
changed quite a bit since we last talked, and
right.
I haven't had any alcohol since January 1st. No, and I've lost close to 55, 60 pounds, feeling fantastic. And
Mm,
it's helped my career. It's helping me in every area of my life with my family,
mm,
especially my career as well. Just being that example, being that leader. Because a wise man once said, "What you say, I do not hear." One's action speaks ever so prevalent, and your actions define your character. So
wow.
I make sure that my actions and my character are in line with my goals. And once you accomplish certain things, you don't have to say anything to anybody. People can see it, people
Yeah.
will notice it. So you don't have to sell yourself. Your actions and where you are in your life speaks for itself. I'm gonna shut up and let you talk because I can keep going. You know me.
No, no, yeah, that is great. We're going to talk more about that, Sean. I appreciate that. I'm going to turn it over though to Stacey before she kicks me in the head. Stacey, it's all yours.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sean. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Hey, congrats on everything and thank you for what you just said. It's going to make me stalk your page even more on
Oh, I
Instagram to see
appreciate
what else
that.
you're
I
going to say.
appreciate that.
But I wondered this about you because I've seen you in many television shows and then we have the films, right?
Hmm.
So there are writers out
Hmm.
here that write, they're very creative, but at times it becomes difficult because they encounter creative blocks, right? So you as an actor that's done so much, has it ever became a job and tried to take away that joy for the passion you have?
Depending on the writing, sometimes the writing, depending on who's writing for me and what the scene is, and it all depends on the specific show. Like if it's Carl Weber, he knows how to write. He's incredible. He's a 30-time New York's best-selling author. Just look at the success. The TV series was based off of his books. The writers, certain shows that don't know how to write for people of color, because I've experienced that. Let's just keep it 100.
Okay.
I believe my acting coach taught me best. He says 30% of what they want is on the page. 70% is what you bring to the table. So I've learned through time to, I don't try to disregard the writers. I don't try to change the narrative of the script, but every character that we play is truly somewhat of an extension of who and what we are. So
Okay.
I bring those characteristics right to the script and the writing. And if they try to redirect me, I will try to work within those parameters to be respectful, but no one knows the character better than me. It's my job to dictate, to give them, bring those words and bring them to life, on the screen. So sometimes I run into those challenges with certain writers, but
Okay.
for the most part, the writers that I've dealt with on the different shows and movies that I've been very fortunate and blessed to be a part of, they did a very, very good job. And I'm wanting more. I'm out here trying to
One
continue
more.
to keep expanding, but also I'm producing myself. So to be able to tell my own story and tell things or express stories through my lens, through my eyes, through my life, through my experiences.
Wow. Well, more is coming, obviously. More and more will be coming. My last question is, you're a philanthropist. I
Hmm.
see that you serve on several different boards, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To me, when I was researching you, I saw that most center around health. So my question is, what is it about the health that seems to be the center of everything you do, that you advocate for?
Well, being in good health is everything because you could have money but not have health, and people who have money that don't have health would give up all their money to have health. And I've been very fortunate and blessed to be around a lot of people from different parts of the world and friends from all different backgrounds. And I've lost quite a few friends. Lost my father to pancreatic cancer, unfortunately, back in 2022. He was my best friend. He was my everything. I just wish that he could see. I know he can see his spirit is shining above us, watching down on my life, and his blessings and those angels are touching my life every day and pushing me through challenging times. But I always was an advocate of my parents, my family about health, really watching what you eat because you are what you eat. And if there are preventable things that you can do to keep yourself here longer, why don't we, put, you know, bring these things into fruition, do the work. It's not easy because a lot of these foods have chemicals in it that make you just want to keep consuming. A lot of people are emotional eaters. And I say we have no excuse. There are people who do the best they can to eat healthy, but then have terminal illnesses. Like I'm a board member of CRF, Christian Rivera Foundation. The IGP is a very rare brain cancer that takes children's lives. It's inoperable in a very short period of time. So there's certain people who would love to eat healthy, to have a long life, but they don't have that expectancy. So I try to advocate for people to be healthy so they can live a fun, enjoyable life. And if you're going to have kids, you don't want your kids to go through dealing with having a parent die of cancer, thing that could have possibly been avoided. So I'm into making sure people get pre-screened for colon cancer, pancreatic, getting your blood work done, going to the doctor. It's just important, making sure your affairs are in order. I just think it's important for us to inform people of how important it is to stay healthy. And it just helps you. And you know, you lead by example. People see you get healthy. It's then people actually listen to you. How can I talk to you about getting in shape and I don't look like I'm in shape?
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
so it's
Right.
important to show people. That's why on the gram I've been taking my shirt off more, saying, "You remember I used to be 400 pounds?" I'm like, "Look at me
Yeah.
now. Look at me
Yeah.
now." So just showing
Yeah.
them that, and you wouldn't believe how many DMs that I receive in reference to saying, "Thank you. You motivate. You inspire me." And I know I can't change the world, but if I can make a difference, that's all that matters. It's just about, it's not as much as given as much as expected. And the more that I give, it just seems like phone calls come out of nowhere. And I'm like, only you, God, only you can make this happen. You're in doors that I
Right.
can't see. You're opening
Right.
things for me. But he's like, I saw what you did here. You tried to help that person. But a lot of people don't want to do the work. That's another part that's hurtful, because sometimes, you know, they say sticking to a decision long after the emotion has left you. How many people say they're going to go to the gym in the beginning of the year, and then a month in they stop, and then they blame and think that they're going to take a pill, then they're going to take some GPL-1 medicine that then has side effects that gets them sicker later in their life. It's all about the discipline and how you are in your mind and knowing what's good for you and what's not good for you.
Wow. Well, I'll say this first of all. I'm sorry about your father.
It's okay. Thank you.
Second of all, as an advocate myself, talking to another advocate, thank you for all that you're doing to bless others and not
Thank
just
you.
think about yourself.
Thank you.
Um,
I appreciate your
it's
support. Thank you.
no problem. I'll continue to follow you. I'm wishing you the best, and I'm going to pass it over to Chantel. Thank you.
Thank you. So nice to meet you. Chantel,
Hello,
what's up?
what's up? How you doing? My name is Chanelle. I got some
I'm
right
blessed.
time to get the flip of the tongue. But how is your day going this afternoon?
I woke up this morning 10 toes down. I can't ask God for
Come
anything more.
on.
Have my challenges. My daughter is Columbus Day. There's no after school. There's nothing. So I have her upstairs. I said, look, if you go upstairs and you're quiet, I'll have to give you a little bit of a snack, because those snacks got her addicted, but she'll listen when I tell her I'll give you a snack. So,
I'm a mom, so I
but
get
I'm
it. It's
happy and
always
blessed.
important. So I get it. We have to
I got to
bond too.
negotiate with these kids. Yes.
I negotiate with children. I'll just tell you that right now. So I'm excited to be here with you today. First of all, I want to just give you a ton of congratulations on all your success. Wishing you nothing but continued strides. It's
Thank you.
amazing to watch you in your journey. I'm excited to be able to talk to you on today. My question for you is, I heard you speak on one of your interviews about allowing success to speak for you. I think sometimes we can get in the moment and we want to clap back and we want to say those things. But instead of doing that, you're saying, I'm just going to allow my success to speak for me. So what brought you to that moment, and how have you seen yourself grow in that stance?
I think it's all about how you dictate and control your energy. Um, Remember, I've learned that success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile goal and dream. Many people say they want to be successful, but their habits and their character do not match that of their goals. So I've learned over time, stop trying to prove yourself to people. Just live and dial in, focus on you, your life, your family, things that are important to you. Because of social media, people need these dopamine hits in
Yeah.
reference to, portray something that they haven't earned, or will rock
Mm,
out in a rented car. You don't see me rocking watches and this, that, and the other. If I happen to
yeah.
say, I'm like, yo, look, my friend's Lamborghini is beautiful. I said, I ain't there yet. I'm truthful and I'm authentic. I never claim to have anything that I don't have.
Mm,
And I think you'd want to give people the best version of you, the honest authenticity of who and what you are and what God has created. Many people are finessing their way to certain
mm,
windows and opportunities that they haven't earned. And then sooner or later, because they say what you know, who you know will get you on it in the door, what you know is what's going to keep you there. Then when they get in the
right.
door, they don't know the certain people skills to be able to manufacture more manifestation. Then they crash and burn. So it's really important to do self work so you don't let success
Mm,
get to your head. But also, people who feel like, oh, they've made it somewhere, they think there's somebody. Who are you comparing yourself to?
mm, mm.
Most of my friends who are contractors, developers, they're in corporate finance, they're hedge fund managers. They don't have any fame. You wouldn't know who they are. But if you see the way that they live, you would just
Okay, and we're talking with Sean. We're going to wait for him to come back in. And so this is a live show of Cyrus Webb and Friends. Sean is going to be able to come back with us. We're waiting. We can't hear you as of yet, Sean, but momentarily, I'm believing that you're going to be able to come back in and drop some more gems.
Yeah, Chanelle looks like it may have froze up. I'll keep an update as well. Hello, everybody. As Chanelle mentioned, this is Cyrus Webb
It's
and
live
Friends here.
TV.
Yeah, we're talking to Sean Ringgold today. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon Live side, we're talking to Sean about his extraordinary career, and Chanelle was just talking with him also about his life as well as
Yes.
lessons he's been able to share as well. If you guys missed part of the first conversation with Stacey Thomas, you'll be able to catch the replay of this. Hello, Sean, can you hear us? Looks like it may have dropped off, Chanelle. I'm going to keep an eye out to see if we're able to get him back. Like
He's
Chanelle
really
said,
fascinating, though. Just fascinating. His walk, his ability to be able to transition is just inspiring to so many people. And there was just so many fascinating gems that he was dropping.
Right. And I appreciate the question that you were just asking him, Chanelle, because I think, a lot of times we do get so caught up on what people have to say, and it knocks us off the work. And I love that point that you were making about, there's another saying, success is your best revenge. And I think a lot of times, for people, not that we're out to be vengeful.
Right.
But, it kind of goes to the whole thing of, I can show them better than I can tell them. I'm going to get out of your way, Chanelle, and welcome him back in, okay?
Okay, thanks so much, Cyrus.
Sorry, it's not my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's technology. Believe me.
The internet gods. The internet gods.
They're against us today, but they're going to work with us. They're going to work with us. Work with us, people.
Where did I fall? Where did I drop off?
You dropped off when you were talking about the last thing that I actually heard you say was you were saying that you were kind of working towards I got Cyrus's last question going. The last thing that I heard you were speaking you were talking about just how you were kind of being fluid in motion. You were moving through the things despite things that were being hurled at you, because we were talking about letting success speak for you.
Oh,
You were
yes.
saying that you had friends who
I said, yeah,
aspired to certain things.
I have many friends who are into private equity, big businesses, and things like that. They don't have any fame. They're not on social media. They're not fronting. They're great folks. And sometimes I've learned you're not a big deal. I take myself humbly. There's always someone else that has more. So if you understand that you're not going to be the biggest person in the room, there's always somebody with more. Get over yourself. And I talk to myself the same way. I'm like, sure, get over you. I'm like, and that's why I'm when I see other brothers that are doing great things, or they're getting shows and big movies, multiple TV shows, I am just excited for them. I'm happy for them. How can you expect blessings in your life when you're hating on the next man? There's no, I truly, what I believe this, and I live by what I'm about to tell you. What God has in store for me, can't no man or woman forsake.
There you go. Right
I
there.
have more than I ever thought. I used to come from a 2-bedroom apartment now to live here in West Hills, Long Island, with a tennis court, a pool, a jacuzzi, and a pergola. Are you kidding me? Are you
Come on now.
like this is nothing but God. This is not me. The opportunities and how we got in the house and the phone call and how it came in and being a friend of my friend. It's not me. And that's why God knows I don't take credit for it. It's only Him. I give Him all the glory, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. I shouldn't even be here talking to you. I've had so many close calls with motorcycles and crazy things I did when I was younger. So for me to live here and have great friends and positive people and mostly good energy, and you just block out the haters. Sometimes you have family that be on some.
True.
You learn success also reminds people of what they haven't done, the lack of discipline in their own lives.
That's true.
So you have to, I've learned to be empathetic when they see someone transforming their life, overcoming the obstacles, like overcoming their own excuses. So you got to understand not everybody is built the same. So when you are reaching different levels and people sometimes can't celebrate that joy with you because they wish in their heart that they had the heart to sacrifice to be where you are. And I believe that success is built on inconvenience. There's nothing convenient about becoming successful. Nothing but challenges, but it's how do you manage that stress? There are
Powerful
people out
work.
here have real problems, terminal illnesses.
Exactly.
Do I have any problems? Let's think about it in that scope. So
Mm.
that's why I have the attitude I have. I'm not, I don't take myself too seriously. I'm serious about what I do when I get on camera. But if people, either you accept me or you don't, if you don't, there are 8 billion people on this earth. I'm not worried about you personally. A
I,
stranger's nothing more than a friend I've never met yet. Keep it moving.
I love the authenticity. I really do. It's just a breath of fresh air. And the way that you think, I think the positivity just really radiates through you. And I
Thank you.
think that just helps to change situations. There was one quote that you made that you said, pigeons can't fly with eagles. And I
Oh,
love that because I'm actually working on a children's book with that same kind
congratulations.
of premise. And I really kind of want to pivot it towards young Black males. And so, with that stance that you have, what's one invaluable lesson that you think, if they don't have any other takeaway, what's one takeaway that you think that this book should offer to young Black men?
Association. I said, like, you were quoting me, and now the whole quote goes like this: birds of a feather flock together, eagles fly alone. You cannot become an eagle if you're hanging around with pigeons.
Mm,
The power of proximity is so important. Being around other people that support you, be around people who are doing better than you, so they're not measuring your success on theirs. And you have to learn. I mentioned it not too long ago in another interview. I said you have to learn to be comfortable in your own skin.
mm,
So many people are so uncomfortable in their own skin, they're not happy when they look in the mirror. And I've learned this: hurt people.
yes.
So people who are mean, that say things that are, constructive criticism is one thing, but then when people are hurt in their soul and they do things maliciously or deliberate to hurt you, uh, I usually don't even get mad at them anymore because I'm like, you probably lacked love, you probably
Mm,
lacked support in your life, and
mm,
that's why you are jealous or envious, because you have not done the self work to be the best version of you and learn how to be
mm,
empathetic and be forgiving. If God and Jesus can forgive me for things that I've done, my sins, who am I to not wipe your plate,
ooh,
your plate clean? You know what I'm saying? Who are we to,
yes.
say that we don't live without sin?
Yes.
So that being the thing, but also I'm not gonna let anyone abuse me. I'm not gonna let
Mm,
someone take advantage
true.
of me. You have to value yourself, you value
That's
your
true.
time, because time is the one thing we can't get back. If other people can't be courteous and have etiquette, they can't return phone calls. I got the message. Don't worry, I won't reach out anymore.
Mm,
God is not done. And I sometimes I don't do anything really to prove anything to anybody because, you know, life is just so fragile. I've
it
lost so many
is.
friends, and I think we've all lost people that we love that are close to us. And you get a phone call, this person died in an accident.
Right.
Who has time and energy? So for the book, tell people to surround themselves, or the kids, be around people that uplift them and motivate them and find mentorship. It's really important to be around people. And also a relationship is give and take. You have
Yeah.
to be able to bring value to a friendship, to a relationship. You need to leave that conversation with more than when you originally engaged it.
Mm,
Very, very important to give to people and give of good advice. Even when you're down, push yourself forward. Know that they're people. Look at what's going on in the world right now. What
yeah.
problems do I really have? None. I have none compared to what other people, what we're seeing
Yes.
and what we know is happening. Do you and I have a problem?
Mm-mm.
We
No.
have shelter, we have food,
Exactly.
we have love. So that's how I take it. Like, don't come to me with, oh, well, this didn't happen, the car rental, or my dress got messed up.
Right.
The other day when we were leaving for an Emmy event, I said, babe, my wife, I said,
Uh,
wouldn't it be hilarious if you forgot your shoes? What would you do?
oh
And
wow.
I told her, because I'm so comfortable in my skin, I said, if I left my shoes, I swear to you, I would walk the red carpet in my socks because I don't care what anyone thinks about me.
Right.
That would get more attention. Like, yo, where's his socks? Look, I wasn't gonna miss this red carpet. I got my tuxedo on. I forgot my shoes, and I wasn't going down to 42nd to go find one. I didn't have the time. So here I am in my best form.
I
That's
love it.
exactly what I would have did. And she was like, no, I wouldn't. I'm like, you should. You would go viral. They'd be like, look at her. She has no
They
shoes
really,
on.
she really would.
You were nominated for 4 Emmys. You walk that carpet with your head up and prideful and get on that carpet with no shoes.
I love it.
So that's my attitude. Like, we don't, like, who cares? Who cares? What, are they going to write me a ticket? Just live, and don't care about what other people think about you. That held me back for many years. Caring about the opinions of other people can drive you crazy. But get
I
them.
want to. I want to thank you so much for the profound insights. I'm going to be sure to try to capture the essence of what you were saying about mentorship and proximity. I know it's going to be such an impactful read for so many young readers. I want to thank you again for your time, Sean. I'm
My
going to
pleasure.
pass it over to my phenomenal co-host, Kate Thurman. Kate, it's all over to you.
Hey, Kate, what's up? How you doing, girl? What you doing?
How you doing?
I'm fantastic, blessed and highly favored. What's going on, girl?
There's nothing going on. I'm blessed and highly favored too. I'm
Amen.
just trying to tell you. I was sitting here listening to you talk to Chanelle. I was like, oh, he's just extra phenomenal. First of all, I'm
Oh,
a huge
thank you.
fan of
Thank
your
you.
acting, but I
Thank you.
thank you for your transparency, being authentic, all of the work that you do. And I want to talk to you about the spiritual walk. I want to know, how has faith guided you in your acting, producing, just everything that you do? How has faith guided you on that journey?
I believe walk on faith and not by sight, leap in the net will appear. Being an entrepreneur, being in business, you take a lot of risk. I've had some bad dealings with some people that, I've had friends lose $500,000 putting money into wrong projects because they're at a higher level. The snakes and the wolves are that much more aggressive and they're cunning, and they will have uh, all the flashy things and have everything said correctly. It's nothing more than a facade. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that I've had those situations because the circles that I'm in now, you can't make those type of mistakes a second time because your reputation is all that you have.
Right.
So using faith and spirit and energy when I'm meeting a certain person, it's really important for me to see, where do they live. When someone says, "Oh, we're always meeting outside and I can never go to your house," I don't do business with them.
Mm-mm.
And God speaks to me. Sometimes I just hear that voice, like, pass on that person. You don't want that energy around you. You just get those feelings like, I don't know about you. And
Yeah.
the spirit never lies. The spirit never lies.
Representative.
So my faith, and just, you have to make some mistakes in order so you don't make mistakes at a higher level because the consequences can be that much bigger. So I'm glad in the beginning of my career, and I'm still learning every day, to, when someone is trying to rush something too fast, watch out. If it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen, it happens. Let
Mm-hmm.
it happen organically. If you got to this point, this one person, things aren't going to be right because you don't invest or get involved with them, keep it moving. Let it be organic. And God and Spirit speaks to me all the time. I think about what I'm going to say before I get on the phone because the tongue can be a very powerful weapon. And it takes responsibility because things that you say to people can hurt them for the rest of their lives and stop them from accomplishing their goals, dreams, and aspirations if you verbally assassinate someone. I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that makes some leathers for me, really great guy. But lately he's been grossly disappointing, and I want to give him the wrath. I've paid for my stuff. He has to alter it, but I haven't received it back, and I have a screening for the season 6 coming up in 2 days. And I spoke. I said, "Can you please send my things via Uber?" And for the last month, he's been lying and procrastinating and not keeping his word. And I'm asking God, give me the strength, God, please, because he might be fragile. I don't know what he's going through. And if I say something, it could really destroy him. I could give him a verbal assassination. So trust me, the things that I'm telling you are things that I'm practicing in my life, because I sent him a message today. I would really, really appreciate it if you would send my garments via Uber. No, you can't come to the house no more because you broke that trust. But trust me, the very same things that I'm telling you, I'm living by because it's important to live what you're preaching. If
It
that's
is.
why I gave that example, because I get challenged where I want to, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
You really got to go in prayer. Like, and you have to have mentors. My mentor called me earlier to kind of get me all the way together, because
Amen.
when you were talking with Chanelle, you said something. I was like, wow, he's speaking to me today. Thank you, Lord. Because you can be put in situations and like you said, hurt people.
That's right.
And constantly it happens in life. And I want to know what scripture or spiritual truth help you with those challenges.
Mm. Man, there's so many. I'm trying to. Do you guys remember? I'm trying to. I have to give my mother the credit on this one. Years ago, I don't know if you remember, there was a gospel uh, group called Sweet Mickey on the Rock. And the name of the song was I Am a Conqueror. I am victorious. I am reigning with Jesus. And whenever I go through the most challenging times, I think about when my mother used to play that song inside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And God has never forsaken me.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Rockaway Beach, 2-bedroom apartment, and then moved to my own place when I was 26 years of age. And I've been out on my own ever since. And when I think that I'm going through something, I've learned it's really important to know about what's happening in the world. Don't, travel, see what other people are living through. So you
Mm-hmm.
can sometimes compare your life, and even if everything isn't where you want it to be, you might be having financial issues, or you don't got money for mortgage and bills, and just walking on faith and not by sight, and just knowing that God will provide. Just you must also follow that up with action, stepping out of your comfort zone, making
Mm-hmm.
the phone calls that will close the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You have to step out of your comfort zone. It's so important. So many people are not getting where they want to be because they haven't taken the necessary actions or adapted the certain skill set
Mm-hmm.
to accomplish their goals and their dreams. And that's why I'm continuously reading self-help books, Wayne Dwyer, Zig Ziglar. One book that I read that changed my life was called The Seasons of Life by Jim Rohn. And that quote, it said one morning, it's what changed my life, that made me an actor. It said, seize the moment for every opportunity, for it shall never come to pass again. And I got an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity on TV that day, and I knew that I would get fired from BET because they were going back almost 20 something years ago at 106 in Park.
Mm-hmm.
I started dancing on the show. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. It opened up an opportunity. And then I was told I wasn't supposed to get on the show, but then I did it again and did it again. And I'm like, you can't block God's blessings. And look at where we are all these years later. And then
Yeah.
to be a producer on a hit show on BET, the very same place where the security company clipped me because I was getting too much attention. Then the president, Stephen Hill, called them and said, if you want this contract, I would advise you let him. My nickname was Big Head, to come back to the studio, and they
Mm-hmm.
brought me back. And then after that ended, commercials, TV, soap operas, primetime television. This was God's plan, not mine. I wanted to be a firefighter. I was a lifeguard. I wanted to be a firefighter, work 72 hours a week, travel, have a company, a little business, and
Mm-hmm.
travel and surf because I love outdoor sports. I live in the woods basically out here in Long Island. I love nature. So,
Amen.
but for me to be doing what I'm doing, being on an interview with you guys, this is not me. This is the man upstairs. I give him all the glory.
Jeremiah 29:11 is my favorite. For I know the plans I have for you. That is
Amen.
my favorite one. So he knew the
Amen.
plans he had for you, even though you wanted to be kind of like sit at home and work your normal job. That's not what he had. He wanted you to touch millions, and that's exactly what you're doing. So you're doing what you're
Your
called to.
mouth to God's ears. I'm one of my passions is I want to do. I've done some motivational speaking, and I want to just continue to keep talking about my journey and things that I've done to help me get to where I'm at, and things that I've had to learn to let go and let God and overcome obstacles and challenges. We all deal with them. Trust me, nobody that has reached any place
Mhm.
of, everyone has a story, but they don't see the glory. They don't know the journey. Like what I say, people see the glory, they don't know the story. They don't know the journey in between, what took you from start to finish. And it's no finish. We're still going. The world is changing so rapidly. I have to continue to learn how to evolve and to learn because this AI is out of
Amen.
control. So that can be very overwhelming. It can make you want to like say, oh my God, I can't keep up. It's
Mhm.
like I have to learn how to improvise, adapt, and overcome to any situation that I'm put in.
Amen.
And you see, certain people aren't willing to do that, and that's why they'll be smoked and left behind.
Mhm.
So trust me, I wake up every morning when you have mouths that are responsible for you to feed. I can't be afraid. I can't give myself that luxury.
Amen. I appreciate your insight. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being
Oh,
authentic.
absolutely.
Thank you for surrendering all to Him every morning.
I do.
You're great and you're doing great things. And I'm going to turn it back over to Cyrus.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much for
much.
that, Kate, as well as Chanelle and Stacey. Really appreciate your time, Sean. I just have two questions as we wrap up here, and we have to talk about family business. Season
Let's
six
go.
getting ready to come. We've seen Junior Duncan really be able to change so much over these seasons. What has that been like for you to bring this character to life and be a part of that evolution and metamorphosis he's going through?
Well, I have to give props to Cole Weber, the writer. The
Mhm.
fact that I believe as I've grown and as evolved as a human being in my personal life, they have written that into the scripts because they always, watch your social media. They see my journey, the weight loss, being extremely focused, no alcohol. This January will be 1 year. I
Wow.
wasn't like an AA candidate or anything like that, but
Mhm.
I wasn't at the physical. I was heavier, if you can remember. I was just
Yeah.
heavier. I wasn't as happy, but I was always optimistic and positive.
Right.
But now, metamorphosing into the best version of whom what God has created in me, it brings more life and energy to the character. So when they're seeing Junior as he was and now stepping into the role of being a boss, even though unfortunately it's opposite of my family,
Mhm.
I'm the head of the alliance, it gives them something to talk about. They're like, whoa, Junior's not playing because you can't buy physical health. You can't
Yeah.
buy shoulders and biceps. You have to earn it. So when they see that, the fans have been going pretty they've been very excited and they're going to see right now. I won't say I'm at my best, but they're going to see Junior in season 6 in a capacity that they've never known possible. And I'm going to leave them floored. My character, I really put my heart into this season. I had a lot of coaching. I, I gave my all. I surrendered. And I can't tell y'all about what's happening, but all I can promise you, get your Kleenex ready.
Wow. Well, season six is right around the corner. Make sure you guys check your listings for being able to see it for yourself. Last question I want to ask you as we wrap up here, Sean. Going back to that interview we had in 2020, and you even referenced it with Kate that books have been a big part of your life. You mentioned one book in particular in our interview together 5 years ago. You said that when you were about 17 years of age, you read a book called How to Win Friends and
And
Influence
Influence People by
People.
Dale Carnegie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I want to talk about influence for a second. What has it been like for you to embrace that for yourself? To know that not only are you a great actor, but you're a person who has a lot of influence as to how people see themselves and what's possible.
Wow. Sometimes to take that on is heavy. I'm just a kid from Rockaway. I'm now a grown man, but growing up in Rockaway Beach, who would have ever thought that I would be a person of influence? And whether that TV gave me that, social media, but I think it's important what you put on and what you share. I try to watch my vernacular. I try to be an example, not speak slick and, you know, negative. I always try to start my day, or if you follow my posts, of positivity and also lessons of people for them to learn the sharks that are out here and not to let disappointment and failure stop you from moving forward. Influence is a great thing, but also keeps me on track because when you know that you're whether a role model or an example to a certain group of people, you want to give that when they're following your lead, you want to be that example for them. You
Yeah,
don't want to fall short because if you fall off and you start showing character that doesn't work with the character that you've built publicly, it disappoints a lot of people. And then they give up hope and inspiration for themselves. So I've learned like people are watching you. You've lost some weight, if I'm correct, right?
yeah,
So meaning that people, you'll hear that, it makes you feel good and you want to stay on that journey, you want to stay on that path, knowing that your actions are helping someone else's life. And then when people come back and say, hey, you motivated and inspired me, I'm like, well, what was it about me? Sometimes they just relate to you and, not the fitness guru that is all cut up. You were more relatable and you made a difference in their lives. I mean, what other gift from God could you ask for to know that you helped someone else live a better life and being the best version of who they are? What
such
more?
a great thing. Such a great thing. Sean, it is a pleasure once again, my friend, to be able to talk to you again. And everyone, Sean Ringgold has been our guest. Make sure you guys check him out on the family business. Also, look out for his upcoming projects as well. Sean, where's the best place for our audience to stay connected with you, man?
Social media, Sean Ringgold. Everything is Sean Ringgold on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't do X. It's just too much. Sometimes there's too much information going on out there. You know what I'm saying, sir? I'm like,
Right, right.
you got to just Instagram, Facebook. My website is SeanRinggold.com. It needs to be updated. It's getting updated because it's so much. It's just so many channels. Like, why can't we all just go to one place? If it's Instagram, let it be Instagram. No, it's got to be Facebook. It has to be Threads. Like, how many different things we got to monetize? We got to get the numbers up. It's crazy. I'm sorry. It's frustrating to me, and I'm like, God, I have to get a social media manager. But then, I'm sorry. I'm ranting.
So
It's a
thank you,
lot. You guys know that.
right, right. Well, we really appreciate the time. Ladies, great job with the questions. And thank all of you for joining us here, all 990 of you guys over on Amazon, but also for those tuning in over on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. Make sure you guys do stay connected with Sean. And until next time, y'all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye, Sean.
Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. God bless you.
Bless
God
you.
bless you.